Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope your spooky has been October thus far. So today I'm gonna do a really quick and easy tutorial. I'm gonna show you how to do this angel wing eyeliner because you're all angels and I love you. I feel like maybe this looks a little more complicated than it is, but really it took me a couple minutes. But yeah, I love this eyeliner. I think it looks so cute. I can't even stop staring at it, honestly.
Who is she? She's a mystery.
If you're curious about anything I'm using, I'm gonna have it listed in the description box. And I think all but one of the products I'm using are drugstore. So yeah, I'm very excited. Let's get into it. Hi, my eyebrows and I hope you're doing well. I know, they're very strong. These are very powerful eyebrows. They are truly a formidable force. I know this is a lot, but I did this for a reason. The rest of my face is gonna be really soft. I'm gonna do softer face makeup, a softer lip, and even though my eye is gonna be quite bold, it's still pretty, it's still delicate, so I needed to add a harsher element in somewhere to balance it out. So that's why I went with a thinner but very strong, structured brow. But honestly, guys, do your brows however you're comfortable, stick with what you know. I shave off the tail end of my eyebrows so that I can draw them back on any which way I want with makeup, but like, you don't have to do that. Just do whatever you're comfortable with for brows. Also, no eyebrows were hurt in the making of this tutorial. So usually when I'm doing my makeup, I do my face first, just because, I don't know, I like it that way. But for today's look, I'm definitely gonna start off with my eyes. There's a little more like room for error here. And I'm also using white paint and I don't want that mixing with the foundation. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put down an eye primer. This is the, oh my God. I've been watching YouTube since like 2014. There's really no excuse for me not to know the name of this primer. Primer potion, how dare I forget it, honestly. And I've owned this product for like a year. I primed my lid, but I'm also gonna bring the primer out like past my eye because that's where most of the paint is gonna go. And I don't want that to like slip and slide around. So to make my angel wing eyeliner, I'm gonna be using a water activated paint. I got it at like Party City, I think, for less than $5. If you have the Norvina cake liners or the Suva Hydra liners, it's kind of like that. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. But you don't have to use like a water activated eyeliner at all. You can use a pencil, you can use liquid, literally use whatever you want. It doesn't even have to be white. You could use different colors. I think that could look so cool. The reason I'm using water activated paint is because I have a strong tendency to like bump into things. And I also like rub my eyes a lot when I'm wearing makeup, forgetting that I'm wearing makeup. And I just don't want this to go anywhere after I've put it on my face. So I'm using a really tiny brush here. I'm just gonna wet it and get some product on there. So I've just kind of done my example eye here. This is what it's gonna look like. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. So I got my brush wet, I've got some product on here. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna draw a really long line from the corner of my eye outwards. This is gonna make up like the spine of the wing. I don't know, I don't like know anything about bird anatomy. So I'm just gonna mark where I want the line to come out to, and I want it to be about here. Just kidding, here. So yeah, I'm just gonna draw a thick line upwards towards that spot I marked. I'll give you a reason to subscribe. I do my own sound effects. So I'm just gonna wait for this to dry. Honestly, this is the hardest part of the whole tutorial for me. I'm just using a Q-tip with some water on it to kind of clean this up a little. So now I'm gonna create the first feather, the principal feather, if you will. I'm drawing a line diagonally upwards from the spine we just created. Now that I have this line, what I'm gonna do is flick out the edge the way I would a normal winged liner. So it's gonna have a flat slanted edge and a pointy tip. As I'm doing these steps, I'm waiting for the paint to dry completely in between, just because I don't want there to be any running or mixing of colors. I just don't want all the paint to end up like blobbing together if it all gets wet at the same time. So next I'm gonna draw a second feather. I'm gonna draw it right under the first one, but I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't extend past the length of the first feather. You also wanna make sure to leave a bit of space between the top and bottom feathers. The second one can't extend out past the first one because I'm trying to retain that diagonal sort of traditional wing shape. So now that I have the second one drawn out, I'm gonna do the same thing I did to the first one and finish off the edge like I would a winged eyeliner. This brush is actually really nice for this because it's kind of tapered at the end and it wasn't even that expensive. I'm pretty sure I got it at Walmart. It came in a set of like 5 or 6 brushes, I want to say, and it was $10. I got an email from Zoom Video Communications. No, thank you. So now that I have these top 2 feathers, I'm gonna start drawing in the bottom ones. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 3 dots along the spine of the wing. This does not have to be terribly precise. Just make sure, again, that you're keeping a gap between the feathers. The gap serves to give the illusion of layering, and I want to look like we're pretty densely feathered. Yeah, our feathers are going to be so dense we'll make the birds jealous. Except those crows flying around in my backyard. I don't mess with crows. And neither should you guys. They're dangerous and terrifying. Okay, this is like coming together. So before I make any other changes, I'm just gonna go over what I already have with another layer of the paint because it's just not as opaque as I'd like it to be. So now after this, to mimic the feather sort of pattern, I'm gonna do a series of long and short strokes. I'm gonna start off with a couple long strokes, but I'm not gonna go all the way to the diagonal edge we've created. Just gonna doop, boop, boop, boop. Just little feathery strokes. Feathery strokes. Get it? You can go over these a little if they're not opaque enough too. I kept the top feathers a little more structured, very carefully drawn, but these bottom ones can appear a little more like brush strokes. So these are the long strokes I've done. I'm gonna wait for them to dry and then I'm gonna add in some really tiny short strokes. Boop, boop, boop. Like seriously, like really, really small. If there's any really large gaps, you can fill them in with tiny dots. Kind of like this one here, that's a little large, so. If you add something in there, it just makes it look a little more layered. Just going, oh no. Just going over what I've done a little with some extra paint because I don't want it to look translucent. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's pretty much the hardest part of the look. I'm just gonna line my upper lash line with that same paint, let it dry, and then we're gonna move on to the face for a bit. I'm just gonna connect these two and make it look like the wing comes from my lash line. I'm gonna start off by priming. I'm gonna be really careful to avoid the part on my face where I put the paint. Who's playing that music? It's the FedEx guy. I wonder what we ordered. I'll ask my dad. It's probably something useless. Is it just me, or when you guys like see the FedEx guy or Amazon truck or mail truck, you think, oh my God, it's for me. But then it's never for you. Ugh. Honestly, life is so hard. So for foundation, I'm gonna be using the stick foundation from Wet n Wild. It's literally one of my favorite foundations. It's amazing. This is the third one I've bought. I like it so much because it covers really well. It's a decent color. It sits really nicely on the skin and it's not like that messy at all because it's not a liquid. It has this gorgeous, very natural finish and that's exactly the look I'm going for this tutorial. Ugh, love putting foundation on. It's so satisfying. I'm getting nervous. How am I gonna do this? We'll just be really super careful. Just adding another layer because I want more coverage because I'm not loving how my skin is looking today. Now I'm just adding concealer around the corner of my mouth, the inner corner of my nose, and just under like my eye here because I haven't gotten a full 8 hours of sleep in a really long time. This concealer is also from Wet n Wild. Honestly, it's not my favorite. I couldn't find my e.l.f. concealer though. I don't know where it went. But after I finish my e.l.f. one, I'm working up the courage to go spend $30 on a NARS concealer. Another NARS concealer. I really want another shade of their Soft Matte Complete Concealer because it's just so gorgeous. And the one I have is gonna get too dark for me soon. I'm gonna set these areas right away because I don't want them to crease at all. But I'm not gonna set the rest of my face because I just wanna maintain this super pretty, very natural glow. Also, the foundation looks exactly how I want it to look and I don't want to powder it down. I don't want to be too matte. And I don't mind if my natural skin oils come out a little throughout the day. I actually like that. You say greasy, but I say youthful glow. At my previous job, a coworker asked me one day, why is your skin so shiny? I said, oh, well, I have an oily skin type and I also just like glowy makeup. And she tells me, oh, you look a little greasy. And me, what did I do? I just stood there and I said, thanks. I wish I was good with clapbacks, honestly. My life would be so much easier if I was. I can never come up with comebacks on the spot. I need at least 12 hours to think of something good. Okay, I love how this looks. It does look very pretty and very natural. Well, I mean, it looks like I'm wearing foundation, but the foundation itself looks very pretty. I forgot to blend down my neck. I forget my ears all the time too. I'm trying not to do that anymore. My foundation is creasing and it's not even the foundation's fault. It's my fault because I do this thing where I don't drink water. I just never like feel thirsty and then I forget about it and then I end up with smile lines like this. Not gonna lie though, this foundation's honestly helping me out a lot. So I'm carefully gonna bronze as much of the perimeter of my face as I can without disturbing any of the paint on my eyes. I'm gonna use this bronzer. I hit pan on it, which is literally crazy, especially because I don't wear like that much bronzer. Bronzer's not really like my thing, so Good for me for hitting pan on this though. Oh, that was too much. It's okay, we'll fix it in a minute. Oh my god, I hate when I'm doing makeup and my baby hairs get in the way. Like, I'm trying to do something. Could you not? Adding some to my nose, because why not? How could this have gone so wrong? I don't understand what happened. It's cool, we'll fix it. We're fixing it. I think a shimmery, glowy blush would be so gorgeous with this look. So I'm gonna use this blush from Milani. Look at this. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I got this blush maybe like last year or something, and I don't wear it as often as I want to because, I mean, well, I don't go out anywhere anymore. I wish it wasn't so sparkly, but honestly, the color of the blush itself is so pretty that I'm willing to look past it. Just gonna concentrate this like towards the top of my cheekbone. I'm not gonna bring it down to the apple of my cheeks. Oh, okay, that's quite a bit. That's too much, oh my god. I've been doing cream blushes for a while, so this is me like going back to powder blushes after maybe like 2 or 3 months. I'm just not used to it anymore. What have I done? Cream and liquid blushes have spoiled me. They're the superior blush formula. I really believe that. I'm gonna use my powder brush as kind of a magic eraser. So now that my face is on, I'm gonna move back to the eyes really quickly. I'm just gonna take my go-to crease shade and run that through the crease. I'm gonna be careful not to touch it to the wing though. And I'm just carefully blending that upwards towards my brow to create a little more definition in the eye socket. I'm gonna use a brown liner and line my lower lash line. So I'm gonna quickly curl my eyelashes and apply mascara. I'm gonna line my lips. You're gonna watch me do it because I can't talk while I do it. And I did overline a bit, just because I can. Next, I'm gonna take this pink. It is such a pretty shade. And I'm just gonna sort of dab it on top of the liner. I'm being careful not to go over the lining I did so much because I still want that brown to show through. I look ridiculous. Now that I look at it, I feel like I could actually get away with a little more blush. We're about to find out. So yeah, guys, this is it. I'm gonna finish off with some setting spray, then I'm gonna go fix my hair and I'll be right back. So yeah, guys, this is the official finished look. I think it's really pretty. I think it's really cute. I really like it personally. Before I go, I quickly just wanna thank you guys for subscribing to me. We have 48 subscribers now. I know in the grand scheme of YouTube, that's not a lot, but to me, it really does feel like a lot. It feels like we have this little community here. Every one of you guys, honestly, subscribing, watching, you guys, you mean the world to me. I can't even tell you. Thank you seriously, like from the bottom of my heart. And we're so close to 50 subscribers and I have something planned for when we get to 50. I think it'll be really fun. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please leave me a comment down below and tell me first, how are you? Like, let me know how you are. And secondly, if you try this, let me know how it turns out. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for looks you want me to do, I'd love to hear those too. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and please feel free to subscribe should you feel so inclined. I know I would love to have you. Thank you again for watching. I hope you're all having a spooky day, and I hope to see you back soon. Bye.